I brought my agent to my show at the main room.
Oh, yeah? How'd it go?
I bought my dick off.
Farting in regular yoga class, fine. Farting in hot yoga is...
First of all, just want to touch on that. Not fine to fart in regular yoga class. Do you know how many shows I've done with people I didn't want to fucking see? I don't. A million?
All of my bridesmaids are wearing potato sacks. I don't give a fuck.
I wish I was worse when I drank, so I'd stop.
Boy, the dicks I've sucked for literally nothing. Here we go again. Welcome to Slobs!
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're back. Welcome back to Slobs. It's been a week, you guys.
Yeah, it's been
1 week since you looked at me, talked about corn on somebody's pee-pee. Oh, I'm so deeply sad. But that story, I just have a handful of stories that, like, when I'm really sad, you just, like, remember and you go, like,
Unlike the one, oh no, I got in a really bad headspace yesterday. I watched a horrible TikTok of this grizzly bear that was trying to kill these two baby mooses.
This is not the kind of
no,
video I think
so
of.
What the fuck? We're 30 seconds into the podcast,
I'm sorry.
man.
I just thought of it. I don't know why.
Oh, the moose.
Cried. She came over, I was like crying.
What were we going to talk about? We were going to talk about our first topic for today is how long do you have to wait after dating someone to date one of their friends?
Not date. Okay, and I'm, by the way, I realize
to
I'm
fuck
fresh.
one of their bandmates.
I'm fresh out of no, not one of their bandmates.
To fuck one of their friends.
I realize that me bringing this up to the table, this is just, I want to have a theoretical conversation.
Yeah, I'm so sure.
No, I'm fresh out of a relationship. It has nothing to do with this ex.
Right, for sure.
Or any of his friends. Absolutely not. But I have a lot of exes.
Yep, including one recent one that we're obviously talking about.
I really am not.
Okay.
I more don't want, God forbid any of those people thought I wanted to fuck them.
Yeah.
Okay.
God forbid.
So the question is,
is there an amount of time that you could hook up with an old ex-boyfriend's friend and it's fine?
are they still friends?
Sure.
No, I don't think
No.
so. Here's the problem.
I'm asking because
I think you could try, but I don't think guys are pigs. They
guys
probably
are
would.
based. Well, because listen, I'm from Alaska, and there's a saying in Alaska, and I know we're fucked up, but there are more guys than girls to Alaska. In Alaska, this is so misogynistic and so piggish, but it just is what it is. There's a saying that's like, you don't lose your girl, you'll lose your turn. Because people just, it's like a high school. People date in a, you know what I mean?
Because there are about 3,200 people in Alaska. And so you have to fuck exes.
So in my, high school,
okay.
old school days, it's like
How big
people
was
are-
your high school?
It wasn't like the tiniest. It was like 2,500 people.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's really big.
It's very
Yeah.
big. It's huge. Was that the high school in Alaska?
No,
Yeah, I was like,
Anchorage
that's
is a
big.
city. We had 6 or 7 high schools.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bigger. It's like the biggest city, and then everything else really drops off.
Yeah.
But there's people now who, you know, had like marriages or like long-term relationships years ago, and now they're dating someone who's like was dating like a person they were friends with. Is that normal where you guys are from, or is Alaska just
I'm
super
waiting
fucked
for you
up?
to finish it.
I don't have a point to make.
Sometimes
I'm
it
just
sounds like there's more that you're going to say. Sometimes it sounds like it's the middle of your sentence and you're surprised that we haven't jumped in yet. And we haven't because you're
Because I'm
Sometimes-
confused when it
your
ends.
sentence.
Yeah,
we're waiting for you to finish the explanation.
sometimes I start a sentence.
Yeah.
I don't actually
And then
know
you
what I'm
look
going to
at us
say, and
like,
I go,
what's our problem for not talking?
sentence ending.
And
Have
then
you
wait
ever
for somebody
fucked
else to, yes.
a friend of a guy you dated?
Oh, I didn't see you come into the room and I was like,
There
did
is
the
someone
light
in the
just
room now.
turn cool on me? Have I ever fucked a friend of a guy I dated?
Yeah.
Let me think about that. Definitely not someone where I was like in a serious relationship with the guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've...
I just wanted a hot button topic. I feel like you guys think that
I
there's
can't
someone I'm
think
thinking
about
about
it.
fucking.
I think it
I really
depends.
think it was a specific person.
I did. I
No,
kind
it
of was
wasn't.
hoping it was because that was exciting. But I believe you that you're speaking hypothetically. I think it depends on how seriously
The
you
relationship,
dated them.
yeah.
And how long
Like if you
ago.
went on a few dates with someone, but then you clicked more with his friend and not. Oh, in fact, that happened to me. I met a guy for 2 dates. On the second date, it was like a pool party at his house.
And you met his
I
friend.
clicked with his friend. And he didn't care. And so I went out a couple times with his friend.
nice.
Who turned out to be a dumb as a bag of rocks. And so
Easy to
we
click
stopped
with.
talking. I remember the phone conversation when I decided that I could never talk to
That
this
he was
person
too
again.
dumb.
Yeah.
He just it just was a story. He would interrupt me to just talk forever about nothing. Retelling stories that just were
So boring.
mundanities of his life. So then we said someone's got to order an Uber. So I ordered the Uber.
So I went, hey,
then
I'll,
we-
I'll get the
fucking
Uber.
detail.
Got in. And that was the moment when I was like,
man.
oh, this I can't.
No, this
I
isn't
can't
enough.
ever put up with another conversation like this one.
No.
I'll never have it again.
It is cool though that the original guy was fine with it. I
yeah,
had
that
those
seems-
moments. Have you had
I
those
don't even know
moments?
if he really was fine
you
with
like-
it, but if he wasn't, it was between him and that guy.
Yeah.
You know,
But
it's
also,
their
a couple
friendship.
dates is nothing. Like,
Yeah,
if you'd
couple
been
dates
like,
is nothing.
literally
yes.
2
Not a
dates.
relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, I have had like
And I wasn't going to go out with that guy again, even
Either
if I hadn't
way.
met his friend.
Okay.
yeah. So it's not like it was like oh I would
Yeah,
have
no one
wanted
like
to date
stole
Okay.
me. We just
Okay.
didn't click like
no,
that. I didn't.
I
think.
have had. I've had situations where a couple dates in, I meet some friends and I'm like, oh, where the fuck was this guy?
Yeah.
But then nothing ever happens. It's all dead in the water. But you've never had that?
I've absolutely never had this. No, I don't look at me for relationship advice. And these things.
Can you say it again?
You've never-
I'll be real
My
honest with
single
you.
woman
I
guru?
spaced out. What is the situation?
No, I've had a situation. It never I never did anything or pursued something with the other person. Like you said, you met this guy, you clicked more. But I have had things where I'm a couple dates in. It's a situation where you're, for whatever reason, meeting some of their friends, and you meet someone. You're like, oh, fucking, why didn't I meet you first?
Yeah.
You're easy. You're fucking fun.
I think some of that might just be like a
like
grass is always
human-
greener kind of thing. Like just an
Yeah.
attraction when you're already just in the superficial attraction stage
Yeah.
with someone else.
Or it's just being horny.
and just being attracted to other
yeah,
people. It's natural to be attracted to other people. So even if you are in a relationship, you can meet the person's friend and be like, oh shit,
He's
that guy's
hot.
cute.
Yeah. End of that topic. And now for a brand new topic.
I also
What's
brought
the
up a
new-
topic as if we live. I'm sorry, as if we live in a small town. Like we're not in a megatropolis or whatever. That I'm like, well, what if I can't meet anyone that doesn't already know someone?
Well, I
know?
will say, so I'm from Toronto, but I'm specifically from a small part of Toronto called East York. It's part of Toronto, but everyone who's from East York still lives in East York and is obsessed with East York and has all their friends. So
East York forever. They don't
we
sound
actually
like
we go East York. We say it like that. It's actually very close how we say it. But my
Wow.
sister has now married her husband from East York. My best friend Alexis has married this guy, Dylan, who's a comedian, but he now is like, what the fuck is with you East Yorkers? You're all fucking crazy. They all have married each other. They all live in the same neighborhood. Like, it's crazy.
It's very
Like,
small
I'm
town
the only
vibes.
one who's gotten out of East York. Yes, and it's like,
a big
you can
city.
see the CN Tower from your house. Like, you're in the big city. It's wild.
Wow.
They all have kids. They all have the same little fucking... It's wild.
It's just
they work
so
in the same
interesting.
places. They've been working for years. Yes, it's wild.
It's what's weird is it took me a long time to realize, like, because my where I'm from kind of has like big city, small town vibes. Like, you know, your circle of friends, and it's got this whole. It's like, yeah, it's very similar. It took me a long time to realize my friends who were doing that, getting married, having kids. Like in my mind, I was like, that sucks that they didn't follow their dreams. And it took me a long time to be like, no, they did. That is all they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Is like have a family.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, do you...
I thought you were gonna say something really deep, and you're just like,
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Well, I think that this is controversial and I don't want to offend any of our listeners, but I think that sometimes people don't have the courage to even admit what their wildest dreams are.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time, the only thing that they want to do is whatever. But my thing that I wanted to do was like, oh, I'll be a psychologist because that's the thing I most closely wanted.
that's the
do,
safe
or
thing.
whatever.
That
Yeah,
could
exactly.
Be a career.
And so that's the only thing that they ever really say out loud to other people.
Because-
is the thing
because-
that they think they can do.
Yeah, because saying
But
out
they're
loud.
not like, I want to be a rock star because they don't want to be fucking embarrassed when they're not one.
Yeah, because they don't want to sound like a lunatic. When it's like, yeah, okay, well, nobody does that, and it's definitely not.
We do
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rock star thing. We do like the crazy thing.
which is insane.
And I mean, our job is most people's worst nightmare.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
That, like,
So I'm not saying that everyone secretly wants to be us. Public
yeah, of
speaking,
course.
I mean, people are terrified of it.
but it's like we had a dream that was a crazy thing
Yeah.
to most people, and we're like, I'm gonna go for that.
Yeah.
That's true. Do you guys? You ever get people going
I
like,
don't think that all of people who just have families,
have a secret thing?
I don't think it's all of their wildest dream, is what I'm saying.
No, but they're. I see what you're saying, that there probably are people that go like, I couldn't ask for anything more, and like deep down, if they
It's
really
like, well, you could have,
did
Cheryl.
the artist
You
way,
could have.
Yeah.
and you're like, actually, you really wanted to be a painter, but that's a crazy thing to say. What are you? Who's Picasso? Nobody.
Yeah.
Like, but you could have been. but now you're a mom, and
That's why
fine.
it's kind of, there's something kind of poetic and cool about like, wow, I'm so lucky that none of the other things I wanted worked out for me. I'm so lucky that I was too bad in school to become a psychologist and that I was too bad at relationships to like get married and have kids. Like those were the things I wanted to do. I failed at everything except the craziest thing that I wanted to do.
When did you start knowing you wanted to be a comedian? How old were you?
6, 7, as soon as I saw what a comedian was. But I
when did
didn't
you start pursuing it?
think I could. 26.
Oh, wow.
27. I started doing stand-up when I was 26, and I was doing it as a hobby, and I even made fun of like people in Milwaukee who
Were trying to
thought that
do
they
it
were
for
going
you.
to do it professionally, and now I'm the only one who does it professionally.
Yeah.
They probably resent the fuck out of you.
When were you? When did you know?
No,
that you
I wanted to be a
yeah.
comedian. Yeah, I was little. And then I think in high school, I was like my senior year, I was very involved in my school. I ran all the school assemblies. So I wasn't technically doing stand up, but I was like center of attention. I hosted the talent show. I was very much like voted class clown because I was a class clown. And even going to college, I was like getting a degree in something else. But I was like, well, this is my backup plan. But it wasn't until the end of college that I actually was like, I guess I should actually figure out how you do
Admit that I want to try.
comedy. Well, I've been saying it forever, but I was funny and like I was in a sorority. Think what you want about that, whatever. But there was
hot. I'm thinking you eating out constantly.
I could see you being in a sorority, but because you're good at being friends with women.
I am, and I loved women, and I loved my sorority. But once a year, there's a thing called Greek Week where they put sororities and fraternities in teams. You do all these competitions, and part of it is a variety show. And every year, I wrote the variety show for our team, and every year we fucking swept. I was like, yeah, why even bother, you guys? Like I was just like, all right, time, amateur hour's over. Let's take the stage. And but it wasn't until my like last semester of college I was like, how do you even actually get into comedy? So I was like Googling.
Man, I'm so glad we met when we did because we would not have been friends.
No.
We would have been good friends.
Yeah. Oh, we would.
My trajectory was the same thing. Literally, I was like in high school, 18. I went to clown college.
So
literally.
smart.
No, it's because I got into nothing else. And then that was that.
It's because I wanted to be a scientist, but everywhere but clown college rejected me. And so it was just full balls to the wall.
That's pretty much my story.
Really?
I wanted to be a psychologist.
I deeply think that if I had a better, more stable and encouraging family life, I would be doing something. I think what we're doing is important for humanity in its own way. I truly do. I think comedy is so important. I think making people laugh is so important. I know that there was a part of me that at some point shifted or completely shattered that would have been really great in like a science field.
Yeah,
I was
can see you as a
really
little
into
scientist.
I was such a dork. And there are moments where I go like, man, I really could have helped somebody. And now I'm up here humping a stool.
But you are no, but you are helping.
someone.
You really are. Like I get quite a bit of DMs of women thanking me for like things I've said on
absolutely.
stage or like whatever
Yeah.
podcasts of them relating to like stuff. Like we have a DM right now that was someone thanking.
Oh, yeah.
like,
I've had women
Yeah.
come up to me crying, being
Oh, yeah.
like, thank you so much. Like, that was incredible. And I'm like, well,
wow.
I'm kind of bummed that you're crying, but
yeah. I was like,
I'm glad it meant
Thank
something.
you.
Okay.
And you're like, this was not what I was going for.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah. No. And especially like when I talk about deeper stuff or when you talk about women's issues
Yeah.
and like, especially I've had like women abroad. I think I've said this before, but like, and I think you touched on this too in a previous episode, but I had a woman in South Africa that was like, I didn't even know we were allowed to talk about stuff like that.
yeah.
Like,
You're like, you're not.
You're not.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
But-
me in Dubai, and they're like,
what it
now you go, and I went, see you,
Good day. They're like, you
Ta-ta.
have to take a helicopter out.
bye.
So yeah, no, I know what we do is important, and there is this like very maybe corny part of me that feels like this is what like we are meant to be doing. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
totally believe that because
Yeah.
I don't really believe in like I should have taken this path. I think that it is like, well, you
The
end
path
up
you're on
where you're
is-
supposed to be.
Yeah. I don't think I looking back, I'm like, I don't think I could have done anything else. Like I'm like,
You weren't
I'm
supposed to be
unhinged.
a scientist.
You-
yeah.
No, you mucking around with a couple beakers doing act outs in a lab. No,
I mean,
you're not
how
supposed to be doing
fun
that.
would that be?
You putting two beakers on your nipples, going.
I'm just saying,
no. That's
this is
absolutely
arrogant,
not
but
it.
I think
Funny
maybe I
'cause she
could
would have done
Yes.
that.
Yes.
You would have done that.
They're like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't have a little laugh. I invented
And they're
time
like-
travel.
Yeah.
Does anybody have it? This
yeah.
crushed in
Time
1875.
travel.
You
Where you
didn't. That was a
That's where I
bit,
thought I
and
would
we
go.
are trying to cure cancer.
Yeah.
Well, if we travel back to the cells,
That's enough.
Hey. Okay.
That's enough.
Look,
Yeah,
you're right.
this
You know what? This actually helped me. Like, I've been thinking a lot lately about how I have felt for a long time, like, very lucky to have known early on that, like, this is what I wanted to do. And I really do feel like we're right. Like, you end up where you're supposed to be. And I think I'm very corny. I believe that there's more. And I'm not religious. And I don't think I'm spiritual. But I believe that there's more going on than what's right here. And, like, we all are supposed to, we have a purpose. And so even with the, like, lately I've been, so you guys know I've been, like, helping people, like, do punch up and, like, oh, like, I'll help you sort out, like, how to figure out what to do next with your career or whatever. And for a long time I would, like, do that really privately. Occasionally if someone's like, I'd really love it if you'd help, and I'd be like, okay, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna work on me. I don't want to do that. And then I had this realization that, like, if I feel like I'm on such a rant and with my phone, like, let me talk about me. Sorry.
You're in the middle of it now.
I mean, I
what's
gotta
going on?
finish it.
What
I
the
gotta
heck?
finish
Of
it.
course you have to finish it. This is absurd.
I have a quick
didn't
question.
take my medication, if
It's
that's what you're
Vyvanse
gonna ask.
Corner. Yeah, did you
no,
take your medication
I did not.
today?
The
And
both
the
of us
answer's
are
no.
intrigued and
We
listening.
can tell. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We can tell. Take your medication. We can tell when you don't. You're not pulling a fast one on either of us. If it were insulin and you were diabetic, would you skip it?
Yeah, because I don't want to be here anymore. I'm kidding. I'm fine.
my
Too
Oh,
dark.
you meant alive, not doing the podcast.
No, not the podcast.
I was like,
No, it's not you.
I was like,
I want to
what
be here
a
with you,
bitch.
but
I was
also
like,
What is
Dad.
happening right now? Jesus
No,
Christ.
I just don't want to be
I love that we're
alive.
less- That's such a comedian thing that I am less concerned because you meant you want to die.
Then
Then the
hang
pod-
out
they
with
would
me.
leave
you
here
aren't
right
having
now.
fun doing the podcast.
God damn it.
No, okay, so here's what I
Like,
realized. I'll
oh,
finish
you don't
the
want to
thought.
be on the planet. Oh,
Okay, well, yeah, who cares? Just wrap
Oh,
up the
yeah.
episode
Just a
here.
long stare
Oh, you
into the
wish you were
camera.
dead. I thought you meant I wasn't funny.
And then the rest of the episode is you guys cracking jokes and me just staring into the camera.
God damn it.
Poor Lauren.
Don't stare. Watch her. Don't let her
no.
make eye contact with the camera seriously.
I'll finish the thought. So
Please. You've been thinking.
if we are like, so if my purpose, which our purpose is to be here spreading joy
Eagle.
and love through laughter,
Sorry.
then actually by helping other people achieve their highest level of being able to be funny or their, like, being able to, God, there's a fly.
No.
Fucking, do we have now with the
I saw
ADHD a
it
fly?
fly right into your face.
Or like level up so that they're getting in front of slightly bigger crowds. Like, that's also an extension of me bringing laughter into the world. You know what I mean? Like, if me talking to someone and going, oh, if you do this and that, helps them go, oh, I'm going to take the next step
Oh,
to do
of
more
course.
shows.
Yeah, that's more of your light shining.
And when I realized that, I was like, oh, it's actually not like taking away from my, like, weird, like, I have a purpose, I have a goal, I'm too busy for this.
yeah.
Anyway, that was boring. Remember when we talked about corn last
Hey, let's
episode?
plan our camping trip again.
You know, for a lot of that part, I was thinking we should stop planning this camping trip on the podcast right now.
I was
Yeah,
also
no.
I got zoned out again at how good your teeth were for a minute, and then I snapped out of it
Aren't
again.
they incredible?
I'm just like,
she
what the
doesn't
heck?
like that they're big. I would kill for big teeth.
I don't hate that they're big. I just would love if my teeth weren't the best quality I have physically.
Oh, get over
Yeah, what
yourself.
the
You have
heck?
beautiful green eyes. You have thick blonde hair.
Yeah,
what do
what
you
the
want?
hell?
More
What-
do you
yeah,
want
literally,
from
I'm
this
getting
girl?
annoyed.
Tits and
A
ass.
cute,
Are you
pinched
kidding?
little nose.
Who cares
No.
about my face when my butt
no one
looks
cares
like an
about your
old
tits
man?
and ass because you got a nice face.
Oh yeah, that's-
Fix the ass.
your
face,
tits and your
that's
ass
it.
are fine.
my face sucks them in. Then my shirt comes off, and they go, "I've made a grave
No,
error."
they haven't.
my
So
tits.
imagine a man looking at you. You get naked, and he goes, "I've made a grave error."
I had that.
He said grave error.
No, he said I'm physically not
Also,
attracted to you
like-
when I was butt naked.
no.
Yes.
I will
Yes.
end
Stop.
him.
Nobody talk. What?
Yes.
What
He's an
did he
open
say?
micer, and we got butt naked. It was the third time of him trying to get hard, couldn't get hard. Butt naked, lying on my bed.
He
looks
blamed
me
you for
up
his
and
boner
down.
issues.
Stop talking.
Looks me up and down and goes, I'm sorry, I'm just not physically attracted to you. I
You tell me who this
That
is.
is-
I will tell you who it is.
And I will.
No,
Psychopathy.
it was the craziest thing anyone's ever said to me. I started crying, and I'm
Of
like,
course you did.
I should have punched him. I'm regret that I was just so like, I'm like, get out, get out of my house. He's like,
Who
what?
the
I'm like,
fuck is this person?
what is his fucking name?
Don't say. I mean,
We'll say it
I
off
won't
the
say
air,
it on the air,
and
but I'll say
I
it.
will
Tell me.
ruin
You
his
won't know.
life.
You trust me. I think I already did. I lost my mind.
what did you do? Oh my
I-
God! Can we do something about this fly?
Is it a house fly? I'm gonna lose
Is it
my
a
mind.
fly or is it like
It's
a
a
dust
fruit
mite
fly.
on
Okay,
the-
a fruit fly
It
can
is a
handle.
fruit fly.
Is it because I smell so good?
It's
It's your
flying at me
it's your
now.
meadow.
Oh, damn it. You took my meadow. I had a guy once. I used to have a joke about how my tits are very different. It's like an abstract art painting, whatever. I don't know. There's very different sizes.
Yeah, same.
Hooked up with a guy, took my shirt off, and he said, "Oh, I thought that joke you did was just a joke."
Are you fucking kidding me?
And I was like,
Who the fuck do these
bet you
men
also
think they
thought you
are?
were gonna get fucked
Are
tonight.
either of these guys hot?
No.
No,
Oh,
of
no,
course
no. Ugly
Of
as hell.
course not.
Forcing
No,
it.
of course
Yeah, he had
not.
to get off
And they
on like
don't have the
gaping
self-awareness
porn.
to even know that they're ugly as fuck
No,
and have
ugly as
nothing to
hell.
offer anybody.
Also, the fact that he couldn't get his dick hard, that was him just like reaching for straws because he has dick problems.
That's
Because he's a
nature doing us
sad-
a solid,
Yeah,
preventing him from reproducing.
that's the universe being like, we don't need more of you, you piece of shit.
I also,
And then he's
I've
trying
said-
to blame you.
I've said this before. It is a joke, but I have said this before. I'm mentioning this guy. He did originally take me home dressed as Coach Steve for Halloween. So I mean,
He's gay.
This
Fuck
is
off,
exactly
dude.
it. This
You're
is exactly
gay.
it.
Were you repulsed by the pussy? Is that
you're
what it
like-
was?
I
so
was
wait,
full
let me get
man.
this straight. He took you home dressed as a man.
Yes.
Then you took off the man costume.
And he's like,
he
Yeah.
said he wasn't attracted
Yeah.
to you and couldn't get his dick hard. Yeah,
Boobies.
you're gay.
Yeah, it's fine. Happy Pride.
Yeah.
It's fine to be gay, but
Yeah,
not
yeah,
if
yeah.
the way you're being gay is by taking home women and insulting their naked
Yeah.
bodies, you fucking asshole.
It
Yeah,
was
don't ruin
psychotic.
me in your journey to discover that you need to come out of the closet.
Do us all a favor and just come out.
Just
Or
you-
stay
yeah.
in the closet and don't fuck women.
No.
leave
But
me
don't
alone.
fucking wait till they take all their clothes off, literally take off their fake mustache.
Yeah.
Jesus
I was like, should I put it
Christ.
back on? Yeah, no, it was a nightmare. And it was like also daylight. So now anytime I'm fooling around with a guy and it's remotely light, I'm like, every light off. Like I cannot have a light
Oh
on.
my
I'm like
God,
terrified. Oh,
because
yeah.
that traumatized you.
I'm triggered
That wasn't
with
a
lights now.
reflection on you. That was a gay person.
I'm
Who it's
sucking
like
in. I
just-
can't. Well, he also was like, he could be gay, or he would like watch fucked up porn. Like he's like, I only come to gaping assholes. I'm like,
That's because
you're
you're gay.
ew.
Are you
much.
physically unattracted to me because my pussy is smaller than the things that you usually come
I'm sorry,
to?
you can't see the inside of my esophagus while you're coming. I don't know what to tell you right now.
Yeah.
It's too
That's-
much.
That's just a
I'm
weird.
so mad.
This fucked me up for years, and it's actually really funny because the comic. He was this open micer. He's friends with a buddy of mine.
Very
and
open micer.
Apparently, he saw him recently, and he was like, "Hey, I'm still super upset at that thing I said to Steph." And he apologized.
Oh,
and
is
his
it so hard
apology.
for you to
apologized
say
to
horrible?
a different
No, he
person.
apologized to me, but his apology was so fucked. It
What
was
was
like,
that?
I'm sorry that my fetus-like cock couldn't get hard. And it was like, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like,
What
if
is
you,
that?
you
Fetus like cock?
yes, he said something so disgusting.
Like you
that I
have
was
the
like,
dick of a
repulsed.
fetus?
Like a baby
that's it, like his
penis?
fetus,
Or your dick is as
a
big as
fetus.
a baby?
like
you have-
something.
Who
I don't
would
know.
compare? First of all, the shape is way off. I'll just start
hope.
there.
I hope.
Two little baby.
Why would your dick remind you of a baby?
What
well,
a psychopath.
It was psycho. No, it was
I
psycho.
need all this person's information so that I can avoid him at all costs.
You've never seen. No, I don't think he does comedy anymore.
Also, like, did you think that it would, like, if you insulted yourself, it would make me feel better?
Yeah, 'cause it's
Does
not
he
it.
have a humiliation fetish? And he was hoping when he said that thing to you originally, you were actually just
Yeah.
gonna shit on him, and he didn't know you were gonna be like, get the fuck out of my house.
Dude,
Yeah.
I cannot fucking believe that someone said that to you while you were naked.
I'll never get over.
I would have punched him.
I can't. I literally. I think I was so like.
Yeah,
It's like, you
Who
know,
says
when you're,
that?
when you're, I was
Fight
so
or flight, you're, like, in
alarmed by it. I
shock.
was like,
You'd be
what? And I kicked
totally
him out. He's like,
unprepared.
what? I go, get the fuck out of my house.
Also,
and I was just like screaming,
you were
like
at your
crying. I was
most
so angry.
vulnerable.
I was so vulnerable. And the picture also of me just like throwing clothes on, so mad.
By
Like
the
this-
time he's out of your house, you're
a
dressed like
scarf
a
of a
fucking
balaclava.
like,
I have a
8
whole
layers.
thing.
You're
Yeah.
like, I don't even know where I got this shopping cart, but you're just wearing everything you've ever owned.
Fuck. No, it was a nightmare.
God.
Also, wasn't the? It's not even like he was some like hot fit. Like it was
No,
like.
of course he wasn't.
It's
They never
never-
are.
no.
Those guys are nice. Well,
Yeah.
that's not always true.
Every man who has ever said something rude about my body has boobs. They all had boobs. And I was like,
You should put that on stage. That's
I'm
funny.
sorry. Did my dad make fun of you?
Yes, Steph, I have to tell
I have to
you.
tell you something.
Can you
Your dad.
imagine?
You know, my dad's been sliding in your DM saying rude things.
Literally, that it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I was laying here going, this hot prince?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
lucky am I? It's like, you have tits. You are a cis male with tits. And like, whatever, we all have our things. But I didn't say anything about
No,
your tits.
I never said anything about that.
I was willing to let you and your tits enter my body.
Yeah.
The whole tit. I was gonna
You're gonna
touch
fuck the
your
tit?
tits.
You're gonna fuck the tit?
I was gonna suck on your tits. And now,
No, you can't.
Guys like that.
oh yeah, they
they?
love it.
Suck
Yeah, they like having their nipples played
guys
with
have
and
more
stuff.
sensitive
I mean,
nipples
not
than
all
women,
of
I
them,
think.
but yeah. I don't think they have more sensitive nipples
I think
than women.
so. Biologically, we can't have them too
If
sensitive
my
because
nipple
babies
brushes
had
against something, I hit the ceiling.
How are you gonna breastfeed?
How am I going to breastfeed? I don't know. I don't have a baby. What I was told is that I'm going to kill that fly. What I was told is that your body releases all these chemicals so
To,
that
like, shut off the
breastfeeding
nipples?
isn't like a weird thing. Like it feels
yeah.
good in like a different maternal way.
Yeah. Like
so
you're not gonna be
I'm
coming
counting
all
on
the
that,
time.
and if
Yeah.
that doesn't,
I'm gonna
I'll
throw
just
my
like
baby
hump
into
and
the
give it a
sea. Oh,
bottle.
yeah.
And honestly, I feel like if I have a baby, my old tits will probably be producing like a drop of milk. I mean, they're small; they've never been great. Like
Condensed milk.
I think I'm
they'll
gonna have
bulk
to. We're gonna have to
No, they'll
supplement
get
with
bigger.
formula.
They'll get bigger.
happens,
My
they
friend
get all
had smallies
titty.
and they got big as hell.
I have to kill this fly.
There's a fly in here.
It's so fast. I've
It's-
never even had a clean shot at it.
I'm just gonna start punching this guy and hope I hit it. It didn't work. I hurt myself.
Vyvanse,
my elbow.
Vyvanse for the next pod.
Vyvanse for the next
I'm
pod.
a little bit
Yeah.
pissed that you didn't take it when you knew we were recording too.
Okay, well, I am going through a crisis, so I'm sorry I forgot my pill.
That's
She was at my
irrelevant to
house. I
this,
was making
but
her the
that's fair.
soupiest acai bowl that we've ever had. I was repulsed by it the whole time.
I drank it. I drank the soup.
Oh, that was
The
nice of you
acai
to
soup.
make her a nice.
It was
ice
very
cream.
I'm a
fine.
nice person.
You are
You're
a really
very
good friend.
You're a great friend.
Thanks.
Thank you. Tell everybody. Tell them that my body isn't.
I do
repulsive
tell
or
everybody.
anything.
That's all I talk about. Have you
will.
seen Steph? What a body! And people are like,
What?
okay, but why did you say that?
Yeah, like I don't know, like Steph who?
I'm hanging out with Steph. You seen the legs on her?
Okay,
She's
I
my
was
friend.
trying
Covered in
to
scabs.
open up to you about my mother's cancer diagnosis. If we
But
could
those
not talk about Steph's
scabs.
rack right
Yeah.
now, that would be great.
It's Titty City over there.
If you want to
Titty
talk about
City is
something
fun.
else, could we gently go into that instead of just you bringing
The
up Steph's
cheeks
body again?
on that one. She's like, yeah, she just like really likes her friends, but in an uncomfortable way.
What's the best compliment you ever had from a guy?
Ever? I don't know.
gonna
That's
take us
just
a while
dark.
to think
This
of
is
this.
dark.
I feel, wow. I just had a crazy realization. It might take some time for me to articulate. I feel like the best compliments I've had from men were from guys who were good at using their words to charm but didn't back up with their actions. And Dave and I recently had a conversation about how I would like more words because words of affirmation is like
Yeah.
my number one love language. But Dave really shows me through his actions how much he loves me.
Yeah.
And so I just now had the realization of like, maybe give the guy a fucking break on his words and let him just show you that he loves you in the ways that he shows you that he loves you. Because when I've been hung up on words, I've ended up with like literally like sociopaths.
Scumbags?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the guys who are the best with their words maybe are not necessarily the best
Yeah.
guys.
So I think it's them showing is way more.
Because I've gotten really good compliments,
more.
but where I even was like, that's over the top. Like I know that I'm not the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah.
And that's not any, I mean, I'm self-aware. I don't have to be the most physically beautiful woman in the world
Yeah.
because I'm the funniest and the smartest. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I'm completely kidding.
I'm not realizing
I'm
most
enough
of the...
of enough things that I know I'm
Yeah.
enough. I'm
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
enough. You are enough.
I'm enough.
That's the nicest compliment I've gotten. You're enough. And I'm like,
You're enough.
enough. Which is nicer than too much. Which
But I
is
mean,
usually
we
what you
don't
hear.
have to be, and it's unrealistic to be
all of the
the
things.
prettiest and the smartest
there's
and the
too
funniest.
much to
and
be
the
all
best.
Yeah,
things.
it sucks that we are socialized to believe that I don't know, maybe we're not, and this is me. But
No,
I
we
think
are.
we are. That somehow the pretty thing is more, and it is a bigger deal.
Oh,
Than
yeah.
the, than
Of
the
course.
smart,
Well,
than
that's because
funny.
fucking society's drilled this into our fucking heads and seeing the way like hot people, like I will give an example. I did the improv lab the other day, and there was these 4 women who just thought they could talk full volume in the middle of my fucking set, and I was like, "Excuse me,
And
what's
I
going on?"
guarantee you, they were not ugly and fat.
They were hot as fuck, and I literally went, "Shut the fuck up! I'm sick and tired of hot people getting treated like this." And I lost my mind. And like looking back at like in high school, I had 2 of the hottest friends in high school, and they were treated like fuck everywhere we went.
Royalty.
Royalty. And I'm like, oh, his nose with eyes walking around. I'm like, oh, I'm funny. Like, no one gives a fuck. It still happens. Hot girls get treated
I
better.
want to clarify that I didn't say ugly and fat like those things are synonymous. It's just no one is more aware of how they take up space in this world than a heavy woman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That like, yeah.
Like
'cause-
walk down fucking Sunset. If you have to park down the street, I mean, we don't anymore because
Thank God.
we're amazing. But
Yeah, because we're smart and intelligent, and funny. Smart
but
and intelligent.
walking down Sunset, like on a Saturday night, hot women will stand in your way and will not move.
No.
Because they have no awareness of the fact that they could be in the fucking way.
Yeah.
Because they have no awareness of the fact that there are other people in the world.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, because
doors
people-
just open
Yeah.
for them.
Yes.
Dave was like, I think you resent attractive people. And I was like, do you not think I'm an attractive person?
Oh,
But he's always been good looking, and it's one thing that we just are not going to be able to understand about each
Yeah.
other, because I'm like, all like the doors that have been closing in my face, like have closed in my face throughout my life,
And you were bullied before.
they were
Yeah.
open to you. I was bullied my entire
Yeah.
through high school
yeah, which fucks you
for
up.
my
Yeah.
appearance.
Yeah.
And as like a young adult, there were so many times when I felt like I could not leave the house because I was so ugly that I didn't want people to look at me. And people who have been gorgeous for
They
their
don't have to
entire
think
lives
about it.
do
They have
not
no idea. They have
understand
no idea.
like
You know,
what
it is
comes with
wild
that.
though watching those people age and have a meltdown. Like that's like what gets why I have those conversations about like, do I want to do work? Do I want Botox? Because I'm having these friends who have always been the hottest person in the room now go, oh no one's going to pay attention to me because now I'm getting old. And it's like, I wish one wrinkle was the worst thing I had to worry
Yeah.
about. I will say most of the nicest things that have ever been said to me by a man, it's about my personality. It's about my intellect. I've had more than one person in different ways basically say, and this is fucked up, I wish I was physically attracted to you because
Oh, God.
there was an Italian man who's like, I tried to do a bit forever about this, but then it just like kind of fizzled out. And he's like, I've been with so many beautiful women all the time. There's so many beautiful women that they want to be with me, but I don't want a beautiful woman. I want someone like you. And I was like, excuse me.
You're like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
excuse me.
And he's like, I want to come on your brain. He's like, and
I
it's
think
like, great.
yeah, what
thank
the
you.
hell?
Dave hasn't said anything like that, but he can be kind of clunky with words sometimes.
Yeah.
And I have to just look at like, what is the sentiment? Like, what does
Yeah.
he mean?
But if he's, I mean,
at
like, you
40?
even, I'm not going to say what he did the other day, but you said something the other day that was such a huge affirmation. Like, you walk by somewhere and he said something that's,
Oh, right,
yes.
right. Yeah.
And it's like, that alone is just like, oh my God. Like that is, you don't have to say shit. That's just like the biggest thing ever.
Actually, what sent me into the spiral that caused the thing where I was like, because in my head I was like, well, I haven't, and I think I talked to you about this.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I haven't ever heard you say like, I'm so in love with you, I want to spend my entire life with you.
Yeah, but people don't just say
That's
that all the
because,
time.
Yeah.
and your response was like, well, this other thing is that.
Yeah.
Is saying that
It
thing.
is that.
Yeah.
And
also
we had a
usually-
conversation about it that it turned out well because we were able to like communicate about it, but I probably shouldn't have brought it up. I probably should have just left it there.
No, but if
Whatever.
it's in your head.
But I
you
wanted
have to talk
reassurance
about it.
because
No,
I'm
no, no.
also like, well, if this is like going to be forever, I want to know my needs are going to be
Met.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
yeah,
really
yeah.
important.
It's very important.
I think I've been so rarely physically complimented. So I feel like there's like creeps on the internet or whatever who just go, "Ugh." But like
I'd fuck you. I don't care.
that when a
whatever
guy
else.
says something about my appearance, I almost am like, what? Like I'm like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you? No. Like I don't believe them, and that's a lot of my own.
Are you talking your guys on the internet?
No, I'm saying guys. I've gotten like a weird comment here or there, but like in real life,
Yeah.
I have very rarely gotten compliments on my physical appearance to the point that
Same.
that I go like
I'm like,
when it happens, I
Well-
go like, what? what are you trying to get here?
It's interesting
like-
because it is like society does make it the most important thing for a woman, and yet it does mean the least to me.
Yeah, if someone going, you're hot.
And I think it's just because we just are going to feel about our appearance the way that we feel about it anyway.
Yeah, nothing you say is going to
So
change
if
the fact that
someone
I hate
is
myself.
like, you're a 10, I'm like, oh, you're blowing smoke up my ass.
Yeah.
I did have a boyfriend.
I think I'm cute. I even think I'm pretty on a good day, but like I'm not a supermodel, and that's okay. I don't have to be.
I had a boyfriend genuinely tell me he thought I was a 9. And that was the nicest thing I'd ever heard. In LA. He's like, you're a 9. And I was like, a 9? You know, like, of course, I like that. But he's like, no, I like genuinely mean that. Like, all around. And that was the weirdest but nicest thing that's ever been said to me.
I had a friend call me. He's good. Al. He's an actor. He's got a great wife and kid. Beautiful little baby. He's like, you're a classic beauty. And I'm like, oh. He's like, you have like a stoic, like classic, like, you know, like Liza Minnelli
yeah,
type. And I'm like,
old Hollywood. Yeah.
I see that.
that's the nicest thing. I mean, no, the mullet's not helping, but I'm like, that's the nicest. I'm like, that's a nice compliment.
I got a nice physical compliment when I was heavier. This was years ago. A boyfriend was like,
That ass, though.
he was like, you look like a Renaissance woman. You've got nothing to worry about.
Renaissance woman.
I was like,
Where
"Aw."
is this guy?
He's still in Milwaukee.
It's like,
Of
he's
course he
dead.
is.
We had some
With all the other
differences. We had
Renaissance
some
women.
differences, but
Okay.
he was a good person.
I like that. That's a nice man. If you're listening, Renaissance man, keep saying
He got
that.
married. We want the best for him.
Good. We love
good
him.
for him.
We love
Lot
this
of-
man.
Gotten a lot of feet compliments. I'll say that. People do
People
literally
like your
go,
little feet.
look at those feet.
Like
And you
those
go like,
little feet.
you are a sick. I wish I was really into people liking my feet because I feel like I could find someone and be like a real creep with them.
Oh yeah.
Like just
You
if
could
a
be-
guy was
Maybe
really into feet
that'll
and I
be
was
the
like,
next one. A guy with a foot fetish.
It might, and if you really liked a guy and they were all like da with the feet, I think you might turn you on.
I wouldn't mind putting on a pair of nice shoes, getting a toe sucked.
He's never touched my pussy, but he fucks my feet every night. And I think there's something to be. I think that's
Well,
love.
he's got to touch your pussy too.
My toes are absolutely pruned. They've
Dick
been
is
sucked
in
off.
between my feet and he's just like trying to touch my clit while he's just fucking my feet. He's like, do you like that?
You're like, that feels horrible, and I hate
I
it.
hate this. And also my legs are longer than that, so I guess it wouldn't work. But you know,
Yeah, it would.
who
Shorten
wants
them up.
these?
Yeah.
Bend
Who
your
wants
knees,
these
dog.
gams?
That's what knees are for.
You know, it has your legs straight the whole time.
I also do think
Why were they just dead straight?
because my knees have locked up from the arthritis.
That one tickled me just.
They're just
okay.
You like that?
Okay.
How do you know they won't?
see.
How do you know your whole body won't be? How do you know your whole body won't be locked into a little claw
That's-
from the
well,
arthritis?
that's-
Yeah.
Be positive.
You might be in a little box.
You might be in a little
probably
wheelchair.
Cage, yeah.
Yeah, if I can't afford to get the new hips, that's gonna be the way my body goes.
We'll get
You
you
guys have
some
to
new
GoFundMe
hips.
now.
That would be a GoFundMe. We'll get you some new
hips?
hips.
Yeah, you need that.
Hey hipsters.
I believe
Wink.
I believe
Help.
that you are abundance, and by the time it's time to get those hips replaced, you're going to have the money.
I have so much
Yeah,
hip
you're
money.
gonna attract that wealth.
So
That's
much
right.
hip money.
Ah.
Get you a set of gold hips.
Oh,
I got hips.
rose gold. hip.
Solid gold.
What a waste of money. Do something for the poor
Yeah,
Jessica
could you-
Michelle.
yeah,
For the
wow,
love
you
of God.
sick
I'm
pig.
abundant. Yeah, no. It's,
Ladies and gentlemen, and people who are not ladies or gentlemen, we're done for the day. That's been our podcast.
I
Are
end
we
on a
done?
ridicule.
Are we actually done though? Did
I
we
guess
do have to
we-
wrap up, don't we?
37?
We're at 37 minutes, so we go a
Ladies
little
and
bit.
gentlemen, we are going to keep going.
We have a
it
few
feel?
more men here.
How's
yeah.
it rub ya?
Do we have another?
Pleasant surprise. Oh,
like-
an encore, you say? Am I hearing you beg
I've
for an encore?
always
You've
want an
got
encore.
it. 8 more
Encore.
minutes of podcast
I have
coming
more
at you
feet
live.
coming in.
I've always wanted an encore when I got off stage.
So you were saying you wanted bedazzled internal surgeries, and I was
Okay,
saying I felt like that
you
was fucked up.
projected that on
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. You
You
really
said
did
I should
bring it
get
up.
That was
solid
my
gold
idea.
hips.
All right, it was my idea.
Man, there was something I was going to say following the feet thing, but of course I didn't take my.
You didn't take your medication.
Fucking
That's it.
Vyvanse next time.
Yeah,
I've said it before.
I
I've said it
know.
Yeah,
before.
you have said it before.
I know, and they
Is it
upped
because
what
you
I'm
spent
on.
the night at a friend's house?
Yeah, I brought it. I packed it. I remembered to pack it, and my routine was a little
Your routine.
I'm the
scattered.
friend.
I understand.
because Steph was such a generous
Steph's
friend.
house.
Generous.
I forgot to pack a toothbrush too, so I had to go get a toothbrush. Then my whole morning was out of whack. I got it. It's ADD. You got to like
I
stack
understand.
those things.
Yes, I understand that your routine was interrupted.
Yeah, but I'm sorry it ruined the show.
Yeah, that's what.
It didn't ruin the show. You did a good little job. You did a good
little job.
I say little with you too much, and it's just affection, and you're small.
I am very. I'm
And I love you, and I think
wasting
you're so
away.
cute. I just think that you're the cutest thing.
You are
I'm
cute.
And I
little
held back
thing.
from saying the cutest little thing when I
No,
said
I
that.
thought you were going
I am.
to.
That's nice. That's the nicest thing that's ever been said to me is that I'm a
I love
thing.
you so much.
A tiny little thing.
I love you.
Little itty bitty.
They think I'm gonna end my life.
That's
No,
why
I tell you I love you all the time anyway.
I know. I love you.
You say it a lot. It's nice.
Yeah. I say it a lot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. I don't say it enough.
She started saying it on the phone when we would talk. She said it a long time ago, and so I
say
said
it.
it back.
Oh.
And now I say it first.
I say,
Huh.
why are we weird about it? You know, if you
I
care
love
about
it.
someone,
Do you? I think I'm just triggered by it.
I love it if I love the person.
we're made to think it's weird to say,
No. I just never got it said to me, so I feel like it's. I'm just,
I love you.
And I start sobbing. Oh my god! No, I just like, and I just don't. I don't know. I'm so tainted by dating right now that I don't think I will find love. Not with friends, but I mean, like,
Dave
in like.
doesn't like it. He's like, I didn't get it said that much, and I'm just not used to
That's
it.
exactly it.
Because I said I love you, and he was like, I don't want to wear it out. And I'm like, you can't wear it
No,
out.
you can't wear it out.
I get like, I mean, I know that I'm also very like mentally fucked up in my head, but I say it a lot in relationships. I used to drive my ex-boyfriend crazy because I'd be falling asleep and I'd be like, good night, I love you. And he'd be like, okay. And then I would,
say it a lot too.
but then like as I was drifting off, I'd be like, I love you. Okay, just like,
that's so
and he'd be like,
cute.
you don't have to say it all the time. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just filled with so much love for you. I need you to know
Yeah.
that I don't want to keep it inside.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
And I also was explaining where I was coming from to Dave yesterday. I was like, when Bob Saget died, his wife wrote this beautiful thing that was like, we told each other we loved each other all the time, every day. There was never any doubt that we loved each other so much.
Yeah.
And when my dad died and people asked me if we were close or what our relationship was like, I was able to say that the last thing that I said to him was, I love you. And I think it's really important to tell the people that you love
no, it
that you
is.
love them.
Yeah.
And people say that a lot after someone has died. They're like,
Yeah.
tell the people that you love them.
We
and
all-
I really believe in that. So I say it
Yeah. Me too.
I'll try.
because I'm afraid everyone's going to die. It comes from a place
that
of
is just
fear.
like, no, it's like, but yeah, I say it multiple times because you could slip and hit your head, and
You
that's
could.
it.
No,
You
it's
could
like,
die.
yeah, no, you could easily die.
It's like it doesn't. Yeah, it's also probably not healthy that every time I go to sleep at night, I'm like, there's a good chance my partner might not wake up in the morning.
I know.
But now I don't have to worry about that.
I had an ex, and I would say it. I'm sorry, I'm passing this. And I would say it all the time, and he would never say it back. So sometimes I would purposely not say it. And then he'd be like, I know you're just waiting for me to say it. And then it ended
nice. That's
horribly. It was
warm.
horrific.
I love
Yeah.
that.
It was I was so like, that started tainting me from it. And then,
Oh, also people who are
The
like
first time-
holding on to it like it's some
Like, just
big deal.
give it.
Fuck you. You lose nothing from loving somebody.
Yeah.
An ounce of anything you have in you does not go away
yeah.
by you letting someone know you care.
Yeah.
You can light 1,000,000 candles with one candle, and that candle will still burn just as brightly.
All right.
I saw that on a meme somewhere.
Okay. Is this
We're
a
done.
religious
We're done.
podcast?
The
What
first time Dave
fuck?
told me he loved me, he covered
Slobs.
my mouth and was like, I do love you, but I'm not ready to say it all the time.
It's a robot. I don't know how to react to this. And you're like, he's
He
the
didn't.
one.
He
He's
took
the
his
one.
hand away. I was like, I love you so much. I was so excited. I'd waited a long time.
Yeah, I said I love you first in my last relationship, and I was like, all right, you're not ready for that yet, and I'm gonna drive away and think about
I've said
into
it.
the ocean.
I've said it first in past relationships, and I just knew with this one that it would. I would not be okay if he didn't say it back.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to say it needing to hear it back. So
Yeah.
I waited for him to say it. Because I also knew that he was going to take longer to get there than I was.
Yeah, that's a lot of
So
men.
I just let him do it on his own time.
I think I tell
And then
him
when he did, I started saying it 1,000,000 times
all
a
the
day.
time.
All the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Hi, I love you. Do you want breakfast?
I tried not to say it too much, but like,
But you love him.
I love him.
that's
I
exciting.
love him so
what the
much.
heck? Yeah, you say it. I tell Susan every single day, I love you so much, and I'll take a bullet for you, and I kiss her on the head.
oh my gosh, I tell my cats so much that I love them.
If
And
people,
that was what Dave said. He was like, when you feel something, you're just so all in, like with your cats. And I'm
who
like,
cares?
yeah, my cats are fucking awesome.
Yeah, what are you also
Yeah.
getting a feeling and being like,
Oh, likes the cats more than me.
Yeah,
let's not go all the way into this emotion. It's like, yeah,
like just relax.
feeling good feels.
Feeling
Yeah.
good feels. Feeling good
Feeling
feels.
good feels good. Like, yeah, I'm not going to half-ass it.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to go balls to the wall, 100 miles an hour, love you, burn it out, relationship's
Well, and
over.
this isn't
Full
going to
tattoo
go
with Dave on
faster.
your
I'm not
arm.
going to fucking get pregnant because you told me you loved me too much.
I think that's what men think. You say I love you, and they go, she wants me to buy a house, and you're like, what?
No.
There's no house.
Yeah.
I also told myself, and I put it into practice in the last relationship. When I said it for the first time, that I was like, I am not going to withhold my emotions based on whether or not someone else cares about me. I made a decision of if I love you, I want you to know that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to try to communicate there's no weight behind this. You don't owe me anything because I love you. And I think a lot of people think when you say I love you, they go, now you expect something from me.
Yeah.
You think that I have to do something for you. And really, I think real true love, as hard as it is ego wise to have someone go, thank you. I'm not really ready to say that yet. It's you're supposed to share it. You should know you're loved, whether you want to say it to me or not.
That's true.
I agree with you, but I told a guy I loved him once, and the same guy who I just was like, we wish him a long and happy life. I told him I loved him once, and I was the first one to say it, and I was like, do you love me? And he was like, am I supposed to?
I was like, spit on his face.
Because I waited he had said something earlier where I was like, what do you want me to do? Jokingly about something. And he was like, love me. And I was like, oh. And so then I was like,
okay,
I
well.
love
wanted you to love
Yeah,
him.
well,
And
Yeah.
then,
hello.
And then I did. And I said I
Yeah.
did.
and then he's like, am
then-
I supposed to love you?
Yeah, I was like, yes.
That's what you just
Yes,
hinted at it, idiot.
You are.
Oh, you want someone to love you with no responsibility?
Yeah, fuck that.
Well, I don't wish you well.
You want to
sir.
be loved back?
Ugh,
the
what do
heck?
you?
Ew,
a human?
yuck.
Fuck that. Well,
This has been Slobs.
Yeah, that's really, I love an abrupt ending.
We're really ending now.
Yeah,
well,
we are. This
love
time.
is too much, and we're all crumbling on the inside.
Hold
We'll
your
see you next
feelings
week.
inside,
and get arthritis.
or you might get rejected.
Follow us on Instagram. I'm going to keep pumping it, guys.
Yeah.
Slobs Pod. Like,
Rate.
subscribe, rate. We need it. We need the ratings. You have to. Takes 2 seconds.
Don't
Yeah.
hold your feelings inside. I didn't mean that.
Tell
Yeah.
us you love us.
Yeah, leave
Tell
the
people
review.
you love them.
Give us the stars.
If you love them.
Yeah, and don't tell them you love them if you don't love them, because then they get false confidence.
Maybe
they
don't
try
tell
to
them
do
you love
comedy.
them if you need to hear it back. Because what if they don't say it back?
Yeah, protect yourself.
I love you guys.
But be open. I love you too.
Thank you.
It feels almost
I love
sarcastic
you,
when you say it.
Steph. I love both of
Try
you
to
guys.
say it more sincerely next time without the cheesy grin.
I'm trying.
But I
You're
love
coaching How to Say I Love You by Laura Bites. No, a little
Say
less.
it sincerely. Say it like
Okay.
you mean it. Okay,
All
we
right.
have to go.
We
We
have
have to.
to
We're
go.
being thrust
Okay,
out.
we are literally
Bye.
leaving now.
Good
This
day.
is the end.
Bye.
Bye. Follow the podcast at Slobs Pod. Follow me at Laura Bites.
Follow me at Steph Tolev.
Follow me everywhere on the internet at JMS Comedy.